Stage 2 of Desafío Ruta 40, and it's time to step things up a gear. Another long day in prospect with fesh, camel grass and plenty more. What better way to spend a Tuesday? There's a lot of variety on the menu today as the competitors leave La Rioja and head north to Belén, which should be familiar for those who did the Dakar in South America. 50% of the stage is over sand, with the dunes making a first appearance, a total of 350 kilometres against the clock. It was a disastrous day for Toby Price in the bikes. The W2RC leader was forced to stop after 150 kilometres after breaking his rear shock absorber. Having already lost a lot of time, the Australian was joined by his teammate Matthias Wagner, who gave him his shock absorber and helped to fix the bike. But the damage was done, Price losing over an hour and seriously damaging his chances of lifting the crown.
Of course, we are really sorry for him as a team because, of course, this is not a rider's fault. He was doing really good job, but unfortunately, the mechanical problems are part of the rally rides, and he will lose some points. But we know Toby is capable of everything. It's not done, and all the other riders can have problems too.
As for Wagner, that spelled the end of his rally. The Austrian had already lost over 45 minutes yesterday when his bib mousse overheated, and after coming to Price's aid, he was forced to withdraw. Red Bull KTM can't catch a break at the moment. They also lost Kevin Benavides to injury before the rally. There were a few riders with a smile on their face back at the bivouac, and Ross Branch was one of them. The Kalahari Ferrari's really enjoying his first experience of Argentina. He said today was amazing, especially with the variety of terrain. He's just taking it as it comes, going metre by metre, fourth today, fourth overall. Well, Ricky Brabeck struggled in the early cold, then decided to take it easier after problems with his bib mousse yesterday. The American had fun cruising through the riverbeds and camel grass, but he wasn't so happy about the bonus time handed out to the openers. Having set off in 7th place, he was unable to make any meaningful gains.
You can open the stage all day and you can gain 7 minutes, or you can ride your ass off in the back and not even get close to advancing in the overall classification. So for me, I don't really agree with how much time there is, but it is what it is. We'll keep riding around for the rest of the week, and I don't know, we'll hope for the best.
Luciano Benavides, on the other hand, was a beneficiary of the bonus system, picking up just over 4.5 minutes. The Argentine began second and he was alone for the entire day. He said this was a real tough one that reminded him of the Dakar. Luciano remained second over a third day in a row. Victory went to Honda's Tosha Sharena. The Spaniard very happy with his navigation and making the most of a fast stage to pick up nearly 7 minutes of bonuses. He extends his overall lead, but he is taking absolutely nothing for granted.
Yeah, I'm super happy, and
23 ahead of Benavides, followed by Van Beveren and Branch. Brabeck and Quintanilla, who have both been given penalties, are over 20 minutes back. Benavides has increased his W2RC lead to nearly 9 minutes over Van Beveren. Branch the only other man within 10 minutes of top spots. The Rally 2 riders have also been getting stuck in here in Argentina, with 3 different winners since the start of the rally. Bradley Cox took the honours today, making the most of Mike Doherty's mechanical issues to snatch the overall lead. It hasn't been the easiest season for the South African, but he looks to be finding some form.
Today was a good day for me. Managed to keep the pace, which is really high at the moment up front, and good day. Capitalize on a couple guys' mistakes, and looking good enough for the rest of the rally. Just need to keep my head on my shoulders.
There was a bit of argy-bargy in the quads today as 2 of Argentina's top riders went head-to-head for stage honours. Manuel Andujar had to settle for second after he suffered radiator damage, but he still leads the rally by almost 9 minutes. Victory went to Francisco Moreno, who has finished runner-up at the last two editions of the Dakar. The man from Mendoza ran into some trouble when he was leading yesterday, but had a much cleaner run today. He is very much in the fight for the overall crown. Medeiros at 13-12. Tobias Carrizo and Facundo Biel make up the top five. Andújar has a bigger lead in the W2RC. He's almost half an hour clear of his teammate, Juraj Varga. In Rally Raid, the car drivers always get a bit more of a lie-in than the bikers, giving them a chance to sample the local delicacies perhaps, or catch up with the fans. Once the game faces were on, it turned out to be one of those days for Yazid Al-Rajhi, who suffered no fewer than 4 punctures. The Saudi had been hoping to chase down Nasser Al-Attiyah, but it turned out to be a brutal outing, not just for him, but all the T1 Plus cars. Al-Rajhi losing over 26 minutes. A very solid outing on the other hand for Eugenio Amos, who's only doing his second rally in the top car class. The Italian got stuck behind Mitch Guthrie's T3 for the first 100k, but finally found some free air and really put the hammer down. He was delighted to finish in third and was full of praise for his co-driver, Paolo Cecchi.
I said, let's try to push until the end. We'll see if I will break before the car, and that's what happened. I broke definitely before the car. And then big up to this guy because he made a huge effort on the navigation.
Al-Attiyah began the day carefully in the Fesh, but like Al-Rajhi, he was plagued by punctures, 5 in total, making his second place on the day even more remarkable. He and Mathieu Baumel also broke their rear suspension, so they had to take it easy on the run-in, but they just about kept hold of the overall lead.
No point to push because still we have flat tire all the way, and we try to manage because we don't have any extra tools, to fix. We are here, quite happy, and we'll see.
While all about him were losing their heads or their tyre pressure, Juan Cruz Jacopini kept his focus to land a very first stage win in the World Rally Raid Championship. The Argentines followed in the footsteps of his father Alejandro, who did 9 Dakars, and he's been going from strength to strength in recent years. This win a reward for all of his hard work. And now leads Jacopini by just 17 seconds overall, with Al-Rajhi slipping to 16.5 minutes. A bad day for Sebastian Halpern, who is now 50 minutes down. Only one difference in the W2RC, which Amos hasn't entered. Denis Krotov sits 5th. Onto the T3s, and Seth Quintero said this was a rough one, not least because he got stuck in the dust for 250k. The American's been playing around with his settings, notably the CVT clutch in his Can-Am, which they have adapted to the altitude here in Argentina. Even if this isn't his favourite terrain, he's running in 4th overall. Mitch Guthrie said there was a bit of everything today: camel grass, dunes, silt, fast roads, gravel, you name it, and it felt like a proper rally stage. He found a good combination of fast and smart and ended up in 3rd place. A conservative approach sometimes pays off in Rally Raid, and Guthrie remains 1st overall.
Today was definitely a long one. It was a tough stage. We saw everything, so we'll see what tomorrow brings. I don't know how it could get much worse, but I'm sure they can figure something out.
Nicolas Cavigliasso is a former quad star who won Dakar 2019, but the Argentine's showing he's also pretty handy in a car. He and his wife Valentina are competing in the same Taurus T3 Max as Guthrie under the Weaver Sport banner, and they were oh so close to victory today, finishing just 15 seconds down in 2nd place. They were denied by this man, Matthias Ekstrom. Despite eating a lot of dust, the Swedish star had a great flow today and came away with an impressive stage victory. His South Racing mechanic said the car looked like it had been driven down the beach. Ekstrom's an Audi factory driver when the Dakar comes around, but he's delighted to be getting experience in T3. Guthrie holds on to the lead, but Ekstrom, Cavigliasso and Quintero are all lurking within 6 minutes. Gutierrez is 5th at over 10 minutes. Guthrie also leads in the W2RC fight as he looks to close the gap on Quintero and Jones up at the top. Shinsuke Umeda's main objective in T4 is to improve his position in the World Championship, where he's unopposed. The Japanese driver lost time today, helping out competitors in trouble, but he and highly experienced co-driver Maurizio Dominella nevertheless went up to third overall. Gustavo Gallego said it was hard to navigate through the Fesh today. The Argentine stopped at one point thinking he had a puncture. It turned out he didn't, but he was overtaken by several cars in the meantime and found himself caught in traffic. Another second place, around 12 minutes down. Edouard Ponce is gradually increasing his lead as he and his fellow Spaniard Jaume Petriu get to grips with Argentina. Ponce is building towards his first Dakar and he's happy to be picking up experience at a top-level rally like Ruta 40, another stage victory today for the crew of 402. Ponce is now over 20 minutes clear of his teammate Gallego, with Umeda almost an hour and a half in arrears. Enrico Gaspari ran into trouble today and lost almost 3 hours. No problems for Umeda in the W2RC though. As long as he completes the rally, he'll take a maximum haul of points.